Let's stick with weather because there's a big focus on heavy rainfall today, especially in those burn scars.
There's a new flash flood warning issued just for the Cameron Peak fire that's up in Fort Collins. Then we've got Cory Reppenhagen in Boulder tonight. Burn scar. How's it looking near you right now?
Yeah, you know, we're keeping an eye on that Cowwood burn scar where there is a pretty strong storm developing nearby. You can see the dark skies behind me. Now that one up in the Cameron Peak burn scar just popped up in the last 5 minutes, so we're waiting to see if it hits a critical area of that burn scar. Depending on where it is in that burn scar, it makes a huge difference in how much flooding you're going to get. And so far, we've had a very active monsoon with lots of warnings this summer, but all those heavy storms have just missed those critical areas of those burn scars.
So I think we've been fortunate with that, where the heavy rain we have had has been out of the most severely burned areas.
Greg Hansen with the National Weather Service says all the 2020 burn scars have been rated for burn severity. The parts of the fire that burned the hottest are the areas most susceptible to major flooding. The worst flooding we've seen so far this summer has been minor, like this road in Grand Lake washed out by debris from the East Troublesome burn scar. But the risk of catastrophic flooding, like we saw in Poudre Canyon last summer, is still just as high this year, if the rain falls in just the right spot. In fact, Hansen says parts of Cameron Peak and East Troublesome burned so severe that major flood risk could last 5 years or longer. The greatest risk comes from how fast the rain falls. So as little as 1/3 of an inch of rain can cause major flooding in a burn scar if it falls in 15 minutes or less.
We're not talking very much rainfall, but it's the short burst of rain in a short amount of time hits the ground hard. You know, we still don't have a forest canopy. We still don't have much or any vegetation on the ground. There's no roots to hold that together.
So right now, here at the bottom of the Cowwood burn scar in Boulder, we've got more wind than rain, but those storms are up in the foothills. And you know, in the atmosphere, we have a measurement that's called precipitable water, and that's one way to measure the water vapor. It's at near record levels today, so we could see a rainfall rate of 1 inch of rain in a half hour. That could cause flooding anywhere outside of the burn scars even, but in the burn scars, it could be devastating. So far, we haven't had them hit those critical areas. We'll have to keep an eye on that Cameron Peak warning right now to see if it is hitting one of those critical areas where the burn severity is much higher, guys.